Heyo everybody, Haku here to talk about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon a little bit. Now, at first I had said recently, well, basically getting into this video, I have no idea how to start it. This isn't really going to be your normal organized video for me. It's sort of in the spur of the moment. I had said before, maybe like last week or maybe not even a week ago, I really felt like discussing Pokemon. So somebody said, give some thoughts or something. I said this in the Discord, give some thoughts or something on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And I was like, we know nothing about the game. I can't really give thoughts on it when we know nothing about it. But then just this morning, I guess, with Worlds going on and all that, we got some new trailers or whatever. So some stuff was brought up in them that I was like, okay, I really want to just give my thoughts on what I think we might see or what I'm hoping we'll see, just things like that. So yeah, this isn't really your normal structured video. Even I put down a couple bullet points just so I remember stuff, but this is mostly just me talking off the top of my head and stuff. But yeah, so starting off, things I'd like to see more and stuff like that. I feel like I'd like to see more Pokemon, but I don't think we're going to get many more. We actually may get a couple more Alolan forms, because I was thinking about things that were like major selling points for Sun and Moon. Things like Z-moves, which I'm sure we'll see plenty more of. We already got in the trailer that one kommo-o new Z-move. So we're going to have those. Another big selling point was Alolan forms, Ultra Beasts, so I think we're going to get more Ultra Beasts, especially with that Dark Shadow looming over Alola or whatever. I think that new Ultra Beasts are going to be an important thing for the games. But yeah, I'm thinking we could potentially get new Pokemon. We could potentially get new Alolan forms for older Pokemon. I think maybe the Alolan forms are even more likely than having new Pokemon in general. But that's just something I'd like to see personally. And yeah, like I said too, definitely there are going to be a lot more Z moves, but I don't know about you guys. For me, when I played through Sun and Moon both, I don't think I ever used a Z move in Pokemon Sun, which was the first one I played. Then I played Moon, and even then, I don't know. I didn't use Z moves that often. I just liked the normal items or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Never really was a thing I cared much for anyway. But either way, it looks in the trailer like we could be potentially getting the ability to have Pokemon follow behind you, which is good if it's like everywhere, sort of like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because that was amazing. I just love having that. I think that a really, really good and important thing for Sun and Moon was Pokemon Refresh, and I don't think that's changing any because it's like a really key concept to the game. I don't think it's going to change much. And it was really, really good, and it made you feel like it made you grow closer to your team because you had to actually take care of them or stuff sorry, my hair's falling on my face. Because you actually had to take care of them every now and then. So I really liked that. So I think that Pokemon following you around to me kind of adds into that, this your team really having a presence with you and stuff, and makes you feel closer to them or something. So I think that that'd be great, but my fear is that it'll be like, was it Gen 4 where if you were in certain parks they could follow you around, but it wasn't the whole game? So that would be my fear, is that it's just like that and they can only follow you around in the park or whatever. So yeah, anything else? Oh yeah, also, if they follow you around, and just the way that Sun and Moon took a huge jump from Gen 6, and even then Gen 6 having a visual jump from Gen 5, not really a game quality jump, because I mean, ooh, Gen 6. But yeah, the point is, it's getting closer to what I would say is the sort of Pokemon game that's like ideal, I've been waiting for them to get to this point for years. Like, say, I think it was Pokemon Colosseum's Gale of Darkness I absolutely loved, and I always imagined, like, what if we could have a Pokemon game that's like this, 3D and stuff, and good quality in like a mainline game. And I think that's kind of what Sun and Moon were, but it's like this really, really great, awesome diamond, the best Pokemon games yet in my opinion, but it's still a diamond in the rough. So I think polishing up this more, making it even better, I think that that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't think we're going to quite get it here, not until the next generation. I fear that this is just going to be a slightly different version of Sun and Moon. We're not going to have big changes, but from what little we saw, it's still worth getting to me, especially if they hit us with something big, and I don't know if they will. One thing that would be big to me that I think is possible here is that we don't know the timeline for this, but I'm thinking it could be potentially years later, since Sun and Moon dealt with the Pokemon League there being set up. Maybe this is years later, so they have gyms and stuff built. A lot of people have been freaking out because it looks like Ryuki is... was that his name, Ryuki? It looks like he's in Lieutenant Surge's gym. But I'm thinking maybe that's a gym that's built to look like that, because we have a lot of things based on Kanto, like the Kanto, Alolan forms of Kanto Pokemon. So I'm thinking maybe that's a gym that's actually there in Alola. What would that mean for the trial system, if we would even have a trial system if there are gyms? I have no idea. Or maybe both trial system and gyms would be there. That would be pretty great. So either way, I think that having gyms there could be a possibility, because they mentioned new buildings and stuff, so it could always, the islands could be more developed now. It'd be really cool, I forget the name of the city, but the one place where I think it was raining and it was all destroyed, where it was Team Skull's hideout or whatever, if they like rebuilt that city and had a gym in that and stuff, like seeing that city rebuilt and having some attractions or reasons to go there in the game would be really cool. Also, it seems that Pony Island has that whole darkness overlapping it or whatever, which I think's really cool, because, you know, in the canon of the game, Pony Island is the more undeveloped, more still raw and spiritual of them or whatever. But what I think that darkness might be, I think it could be sort of like just a big rift, a portal connecting this world and whatever world the Ultra Beasts come from, or Ultra Space is what they called it, or something like that, right? So that would be cool, and again, it would lead into us having more Ultra Beasts for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, rather than just Sun and Moon. One thing, though, a lot of people were talking about when they were talking about the Lieutenant Surge Gym, will we get to go to Kanto? I highly doubt it. I would say I don't believe it at all. I'd be extremely happy if we could, but I don't believe that's happening at all. Because I think if we were able to go to Kanto and this was going to be a multi-regional game, which would be amazing, I think that it would be so amazing that that would be the key selling point. And there's no way that we'd be 3 months away from the games and not know about the chief selling point yet. So, that's what I'm thinking. I'll be very happy to be wrong. I would love for it to be a multi-regional game, but I highly doubt it's going to be. Also, from rewatching the trailer, I noticed that we do have some new cutscenes, of course, with the new story going on. Looks like some new areas as well. That one area looks like it might be in the park. You know, the one place that's blocked off that you can't get to, and there's a tower over there and stuff? It's the park on the third island. I don't remember the name or anything, but that could be potentially what that new area is. Ryuki is in the story. I already mentioned him before, so it'll be cool to actually see him in the story instead of just a challenger when you're champion. Also, that reminds me, maybe every type had a trainer representing them in Sun and Moon, except for Ice. Poor Ice types getting left out. Maybe we'll get an Ice type trainer this time around. Looks like new outfits for the characters, which is, it's whatever. There was still, I mean, I don't think, I did change my look up a lot when I was playing Sun and when I was playing Moon, but I don't know, it's fun, it's an extra thing, but it's not really like a key feature compared to some other things, but I do enjoy the customization, so I'm certainly not complaining for more of it. Also, we see the Dusk form Lycanroc officially announced for the English fans, and in that one trailer. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I still like midday form better. Midnight form is alright. I maybe even still prefer that to it. It looks just alright. It's a combination of the two forms. It doesn't look anything special. Its typing is about the same. I'm betting it probably has slightly better stats and can learn both of their moves. I think it already said it can learn Counter and Accelerock. Is that worth it though, really? as well as I thought it was going to be a pre-order, but this said more details coming soon, so that makes me think maybe it isn't a pre-order. So no idea. Also, last thing I had notes on, if you put the two covers for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon together, seeing the covers, it looks like there's some sort of new Pokemon, but it might be kind of obscured. In the middle, it looks like starry, but it has eyes. So people are saying, is that a star Pokemon? Are we going to get a star legendary? So it could be a new legendary. Or what I'm thinking is, it looks like for the new forms for Solgaleo and Lunala, it looks like they have the black Necrozma armor or whatever on them. Maybe in the game, once you get Necrozma, if you do whatever you have to do in the game to get the alternate forms for Solgaleo and Lunala, maybe once you get those alternate forms and that darkness or black armor or whatever, the crystals or something, is stripped off of Necrozma, maybe that is like the white pure version of Necrozma, the star version of Necrozma, not the dark crystal-y version. So that could be potentially what it is. But yeah, it looks like some kind of star kind of Pokemon in the middle. So that would be cool, and that's an interesting way to sort of have it in the covers there as well, if that is true. And again, with the alternate forms of Solgaleo and Lunala is why I'm thinking it might be like a clear star, something like that, like a clear version of Necrozma. So yeah, guess that's it. There's nothing really more I could think of to talk about with this. So yeah, the games I feel like are going to be not a huge jump, but either way, it's going to be basically the third game in the series that we always get, except for Gen 6, and I'm kind of glad we didn't get a third game for Gen 6, because Gen 6 was meh. So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting both. I'm moderately excited, nowhere near as excited as I was for Sun and Moon. But we'll see. I guess we'll just see how things turn out and see what sort of new developments will come in the future, since we do have 3 months left to find out more information. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. This was just me wanting to discuss some thoughts I was having. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me if you tell me anything you're thinking right now, any responses you have to any of that. Or if you want a link to the Discord to talk there, we have our own Discord server, and I'll give you a link if you want one. Subscribe for more Pokemon and much more on the channel. Don't really talk about Pokemon as much lately, but I really do want to. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.